Hell yes, we are getting into a bit of everything today. What is going on, y'all? It's fucking wicked to see you again. And as always, I really hope that you guys are doing fucking good, baby. For real. Micky Flanagan, I love you, dude. Peter K, another one, man. The UK comics are nothing but fucking murderers. Killers setting flames to the room, as Joe Rogan would say, man. He's fucking awesome. For me, in UK stand-up, unfortunately, I really only know about Jimmy Carr, who everybody on this side of the pond, we all know about him. So I feel bad, because you guys are probably like, yeah, who hasn't heard of him? You gotta check out the other ones, which is what we are fucking doing, man. We are diving in to some stand-up. You guys seem to love it. I'm always down for a fucking laugh, and I know that you guys definitely need one from what you guys are saying. So Micky Flanagan, live at the freaking Apollo, dude. I've never been there myself, but that is one place that I do want to go see somebody, man. It'd be fucking sick, just because of the history of the place, man. It's freaking awesome. So before we dive, big shout out to the family. Daps, baby, I hope you're doing good. Let's get some giggles going, man. Micky Flanagan, let's go.
Very nice to be here. So I'm from the East End of London. Let's use the facilities. This is the Cockney walk. This is your casual Cockney walk, this. This is your standard Cockney walk. Not a lot going on, just having a little bit of a walkabout. There you go, let's have a little walkabout, a little look about. This is your casual Cockney walk.
We try and full screen. If it lags, I apologize and I'll cut it back, but I just want to see if it'll work.
Then you've got your busy Cockney walk. Obviously, I'm double busy. I'm double busy!
Gotta go!
Can't hang about, I've got to sign on and get back to work. I can't hang about. Left school with a bottle opener. Made in the third year. It wasn't a rubbish one, it was good, because the two biggest departments in our school, woodwork and metalwork. So I made the metal bit in the metalwork department. I went into departmental, went across the corridor. I said to the woodwork teacher, "Do you mind if I put wooden handle on my bottle opener, sir?" He said, "You're a natural, son. Things are going to work out for you." We made ashtrays in the second year, bottle openers in the third year, prams in the fourth year.
What's a pram?
Prams in the fourth year. But my big thing in the 80s, chasing women. Back in the 80s, I was an international lover and player. I'd made love to women as far afield as Cardiff, Cornwall. I got a girl to wank me off on the Isle of Wight. It's a day trip.
I'm assuming he's just naming places that are close to him. That'd be like me saying if I got a girl from Moncton, which is like an hour away. Ooh.
I got a girl to wank me off on the Isle of Wight. It's a day trip. It was easy to get sex in the 80s. You had to really work for it back then. Women didn't want to part up too quickly. You had to go to work. If you met a girl and you were taking her out on a Saturday night, bosh, here we go. Splash a pack of a man. Get your jeans out the cleaners. Nice crease on them. There you go. And you took her out for the evening. You treated her. You took her out for a steak Diane. Few Cinzano the Biancos. And if she wanted a prawn cocktail, she got a prawn cocktail. Women went mental for the prawn cocktail in the 80s. You see her little face light up.
Alright, so is it like a mixed drink? Prawn cocktail?
Cocktail in the 80s. You see her little face light up. You've sat her down and you've presented her with prawns. Lettuce. In a wine glass. Drizzled with the dressing from 1,000 islands.
That sounds disgusting.
Not salad cream tonight, princess. Tonight you're special. You're gonna get a dressing that's been gathered from 1,000 islands. You brought to this steakhouse in Bethnal Green. Now you want the vagina. This hasn't changed. Men have chased the vagina since time began.
That's like, now you want the vagina. What the fuck?
This hasn't changed. Men have chased the vagina since time began. The vagina has changed, as we know. It was still a big hairy beast back in the 80s. Big hairy, militant, Marxist, feminist vagina. It was angry, the vagina in the 80s. Had a terrible attitude. I mean, the knickers weren't small and it was still busting out the side. Big angry vagina. He started rolling these Marxist knickers down and it would come out. What are you looking at? But you want the vagina. So I got myself a place. Kitted it out for love. Bed-sitter. Quality bed-sitter. Not council. And I went and got all the latest gear. I spent about 700 quid. Right, let's go. Take her back. Sit her down on the futon. She's half in bed already.
I ain't saying shit. What do you think's sitting behind me right now?
Up there for thinking. Go over to me stereo stacker system. Got a stereo stacker. Listen to wah-wah. With a built-in graphic equalizer. It does nothing.
It's a Wawa. Hell yeah. Ain't nobody know how to pronounce that. What is it, like Huawei or something?
With a built-in graphic equalizer. It does nothing. I slip into the cassette deck. Now that's what I call music. 2. Now I know Luther Vandross will be on in a minute. When Luther comes on, bosh, I'm in. This frees up the time for me to go off to the kitchenette area. I've got a kitchenette area.
Not a kitchen.
Piss how I'm living in. Got a kitchenette area. I go behind me a little bit of curtain.
Meet Grammarly, the digital writing assistant that helps students create effective writing that delivers results. Getting
I love when he does this shit.
I go behind me a little bit of curtain.
Keep the peep.
Grab a bit of curtain, man, your kitchen, come on. I change into the uniform of the international player, which we know is the silk black kimono. Come back out into the main area. I've kept my jeans on. I'm not a monster. I turn round to reveal the dragon. Hold that pose. Come back with a nice chilled bottle of Blue Nun. Oh, she's gone. Now, playing days are over anyway. I sorted my life out in the late 80s. Met a very nice girl. Proper middle class. She's been skiing and everything. And, and we were about 4 years ago. We were together 6 years. We were making love, right? Making love. She said, I want a baby. I want a baby. I said, well, if you come off the pill, I'll start leaving it in, right? So...
I'll start leaving it in.
If you come off the pill, I'll start leaving it in, right? So, started leaving it in. Child came along, was created. My wife, quite a middle class woman, she said, after a few months, she said, I'm losing my identity, she said, losing my identity. I said, have you finished your cleaning? You've got a cleaner. Everyone's got
That's fucking horrible, but it's hilarious.
a cleaner now. Poor people have got cleaners. So, she went back to work, leaving me to bring the child up. So I'm pushing him along the street in his £500 pram, which I resented initially. Then I got involved in a race in Summerfields. Oh, no, she turns on the tanner. Some idiot in a £200 buggy tried to cut me up. I said, come on, mate, there's a monkey's worth of Pramet coming through here. Shouldn't you be in Icelands with that thing? I'm not...
I wish I could understand why they're clapping.
I'm not a snob. I mean, we're not a snob, but we did buy an overpriced house to store the baby in. You know what I mean? In a nice area. And my wife went back to work, so she said...
Alright, so before... I'm assuming he just named like a place where it's a bunch of rich people.
But we did buy an overpriced house to store the baby in. You know what I mean? In a nice area. And my wife went back to work, so she said... It's the thing about having children is it is a bit tedious because you get up early with them. You get up about 6:30. By about 7:30, you're running out of ideas, right? So the government say, not too much telly, not too much telly. They don't know what they're talking about. And that's a bit of telly. Never once has this little boy turned to me and gone, there's nothing on, Dad. So I put him by the telly, right? He's watching Thomas the Tank Engine. I'm reading about the budget deficit, which is very high, as we know. And you should be more worried about it. He's watching Thomas, I'm reading the paper. He's watching Thomas, I'm reading the paper. Suddenly, I'm watching Thomas.
That fucking happens, man. Back when I used to live in Winnipeg, the daughter of the guy's house that I was staying at, she was young, so she would just watch SpongeBob and shit like that. And, you know, I never paid attention, but dude, the amount of, like, inside fucking sexual innuendos that are in that shit, like, oh, I was pissing myself laughing. You get hooked into it before you even realize, man.
Watching Thomas.
Look at his face. He looks so disappointed.
2 years later, I'm a massive fan of Thomas. I've got to know the trains again, haven't I? Their little personalities, you know. You think, oh, Toby's turned up. This will be a blinder, this will. Because where he's like he's not a proper diesel or a steamy, and he's square, he plays up a bit, you know?
Did he just say the word?
No, because where he's like he's not a proper diesel or a steamy, and he's square, he plays up.
What's a steamy? Geezer or a steamy?
Because where he's like he's not a proper diesel or a steamy, and he's square, he plays up a bit, you know? So you're guaranteed a good...
a steam, like a steam engine. I get it. Y'all can tell me to shut up.
And he's square, he plays up a bit, you know? So you're guaranteed a good episode with Toby. Now, the worst thing about having children, you're thoroughly enjoying an episode of Thomas. The little boy looks up at me and thinks, he's enjoying himself a bit. I'm not having that. I think I'll go off and top myself, all right? He goes and gets in the oven. Keep me on my toes, and you have to go, hot, hot, hot! Hot, hot, hot! And you miss the end of Thomas. It ruins the rest of your day. Ruins it. It gnaws away at you. You think, how did that end? I was like, and it's not the sort of show you can just pop down the pub that night and start asking about, you know what I mean? Like saying to people, I don't suppose you saw Thomas this morning, did you? They brought the orchestra over, right, to play out the Fate, the So Dar Fate. They've only sent Percy to pick them up, haven't they? I don't know what the Fat Controller's thinking about sometimes. I really don't. We know it's a job for Gordon, don't we? Possibly Henry at a push. Ladies and gentlemen, you've been absolutely...
I am Claire, your orbit driver.
I am Carly, your...
Absolutely lovely. Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of the evening.
Thank you. Micky Flanagan at the fucking Apollo, man. Oh, dude. I'm not gonna lie, as you guys can tell, there were some things I didn't understand. But what I like about him, man, is he has no problem taking a little bit of a minute to have his setup be set up, you know what I mean? A lot of comics, you'll hear them say, like, you gotta get a laugh every, 10 to 20 seconds or something. There was a bit of, like, he had no problem letting it go for like 30, 40 seconds, a minute before he let the punchline in. And man, that is one of my favorite things, and that is what has drawn me to him, dude, because you get locked into his story, or you get locked into what he's saying, and then all of a sudden he drops a fucking punchline, and you're like, holy fuck. It's freaking awesome, man. Micky Flanagan, you're like, definitely, I'm assuming you're like an OG in the comedy land, dude, which is fucking awesome, man. I have to check out more. I keep seeing something called Out, and I just saw, where is it? Like right here. Was that his tour that he did, the Out tour? I'm not sure, man. I know you guys will let me know, but I definitely want to check out more of him. So shout out to Micky Flanagan, and shout out to you fucking guys as always, man. I hope you're doing good, enjoying your day. I was gonna say getting after what you need to, but we can't really go anywhere. So I hope you're doing what you can and just staying above the water. I love you guys, man, and I will catch you in the next one, alright? Peace out, you beautiful motherfuckers. Ooh, yeah.